You want to hear my Australia story?
Yeah, that's the car one you said, right?
Yeah. Okay, so when Samara and I first started dating, her family was going to go to Australia, so they invited me to go, right? We were dating for like a month at this point. So we go to Australia and we go to this place called Shoalhaven, okay? And how old was I? I must have been 22, 23. And we go to this place called Shoalhaven, which is kind of like the country area of Sydney, Australia. I'm talking like we stayed in a cabin. There was kangaroos outside in the morning, like legit, not outback, but legit country of Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
Countryside. So it kind of had this, there's a name for it, but it's like this type of river that runs, and it's kind of like wavy, but essentially I just want you to think there's a cabin, okay, at the top of a hill, and then the hill kind of goes downwards and then slopes back up, and then there is the river there. Okay, so you can picture that
kinda.
Okay, so but before the river there's a little bit of a cliff there, and then it goes into the river. So I was staying at Shoalhaven, and we wake up in the morning. We're gonna go to Sydney, so we were ready to drive, and so Samara's brother at the time was probably 10 years old, okay, and he was sitting up front because I was sitting in the back with Samara and with her sister. Okay, so Samara's mom, Samara and her sister.
Okay,
so Samara's mom was inside taking care of a few last things before going. Okay, so she was taking care of a few more things, and Makai was sitting in the front seat. So he was just playing with like the gear shifter, right?
Yeah.
The car was off. It was completely off. He managed to somehow switch it into a neutral position. Okay. You know what neutral is in a car?
That's like where like just rolls, right?
Yeah, it could just roll. It's just gravity takes its toll. Okay. So he switches into neutral position, and this car at the top of the hill where the thing is starts reversing or going backwards really, really quickly. Okay. The car starts rolling down the hill really, really fast. Now, mind you, at this point, I do not know how to swim. Okay. I do not know how to swim at all. And I'm also located in Australia. You drive on the right hand side as opposed to the steering wheel being on the left hand side. So he is in the driver's seat, Makai. I'm behind the driver's seat. Samara's in the middle, and her sister's to the left. Okay. So as soon as the car starts rolling down, Samara goes to the front. I can't really move to the front, okay, because I'm kind of blocked by her. So, and I can't swim. So I decided in my head the best course of action was to jump out of the car. Okay.
Yeah.
I just got fried. I decided that the best course of action was to jump out of the car, and then I could maybe call for help or something like that. Okay, I don't know if I actually thought that because of how much time it was. That afterwards, that's what I thought to myself. But like this car was moving really fast backwards, so I did like the most athletic jump I've ever done in my life, and jumped over the car door as it was moving backwards, hit the ground, and did a front roll like I was in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And then I stood up like instantly, and it was crazy. I didn't break anything. I was completely fine.